Commander Ryan stood on the bridge of his small human spaceship, watching the alien planet grow larger in the view screen. Its skies shimmered with colors he had never seen before, and strange, floating land masses hovered above its surface. Ryan had traveled far from Earth on a mission of exploration and diplomacy, seeking to learn from alien civilizations and establish peaceful relations. As the ship descended through the atmosphere, alarms suddenly sounded. Red lights flashed across the control panel. "Pirate ships!" Ryan shouted, gripping the console. Small, fast-moving craft were closing in from every side. The aliens that attacked travelers in this region were known for their skill and cruelty. Ryan pressed buttons and activated the ship's shields, but he knew his vessel was not strong enough for a direct fight. He took a deep breath and focused. Using his experience in piloting, Ryan maneuvered the ship through narrow canyons and around jagged mountains. His heart pounded, but he stayed calm. After a tense chase, he found a place to land near a massive palace that towered over the landscape. The palace looked alive, with walls that seemed to shift and shimmer. Alien guards in armor appeared on balconies, their weapons ready, watching him carefully. Ryan stepped out of his ship, holding his hands in the air to show he meant no harm. He looked around, seeing the alien guards studying him with cautious eyes. They were tall and elegant, with long limbs and colorful skin that reflected the strange sunlight. Their faces were sharp but intelligent, and their eyes seemed to see everything. One of the guards approached him. "Human," the guard said in a calm but firm voice, "state your purpose on this planet." "I come in peace," Ryan replied. "I am Commander Ryan from Earth. I am here to explore and learn. I mean no harm to your people." The guard studied him for a moment and then nodded slightly. "You will be taken to the Queen," he said. "She will decide your fate." Ryan followed the guards through the palace gates. The interior was more beautiful than anything he had imagined. The walls glowed with natural light from crystal structures embedded in them. Plants with luminous leaves grew along the corridors, and the air was filled with a soft hum, as if the palace itself were alive. When Ryan finally entered the throne room, he saw her. The alien queen, Alira, sat on a tall, elegant throne. Her skin was a deep, rich color that seemed to shift slightly with her movements. Her eyes were large and expressive, and her presence filled the room with authority. She wore a flowing robe with patterns that looked like constellations, and a crown that sparkled with alien gemstones. Ryan bowed slightly, careful to show respect. "Your Majesty, I come as a friend," he said. Alira studied him quietly, her expression unreadable. She had seen many humans before, but most were weak or foolish. This one seemed different. His calmness under pressure and the way he carried himself told her that he might be more capable than she first thought. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the palace. Some of the guards had been exploring the outer walls when part of a bridge collapsed under the attack of hidden pirates. Ryan ran toward the noise, and without thinking, he helped lift a fallen guard out from under debris. The alien looked at him with surprise. Humans were not known for acting quickly to help others, especially during danger. Alira observed from her throne. Her expression changed slightly. She had not expected this human to risk himself for her people. The smallest hint of emotion appeared in her eyes, but she quickly returned to her calm and regal demeanor. Once the guard was safe, Ryan straightened and looked at the Queen. "I am here to help if I can," he said simply. Alira inclined her head slightly. She had not made a decision about him yet, but she would watch him carefully. This human had already shown courage and intelligence. Perhaps he was someone who could be trusted, or perhaps he was someone who would bring unexpected change to her world. As Ryan stood in the throne room, he felt a strange connection to this place and its ruler. He did not yet know that the alien queen had once been in a life-threatening situation on a distant planet, and that years ago, a human had saved her. That human had become a memory etched deeply into her mind. Ryan could not know yet that he was that human. Outside the palace, the sun set behind alien mountains, casting long shadows across the land. Ships of other alien civilizations moved silently in the skies. Ryan knew that this planet held many secrets, and his arrival would change things for both humans and aliens. He did not yet understand how much the Queen's life was connected to his own, but the journey was only beginning. Inside the throne room, Alira's eyes followed him carefully. She had ruled her people for decades and faced many threats, but something about this human felt different. He was more than just a visitor, he was a catalyst for something she could not yet name. And so, the story of humans and aliens began on this distant planet, with courage, respect, and an unspoken connection waiting to be revealed. Ryan followed the alien guards through the wide corridors of the palace. Each step echoed softly on the smooth, metallic floors. The walls shimmered with embedded crystals that reflected light in gentle colors. Strange plants with luminous leaves swayed slightly, as if reacting to the human's presence. Ryan could feel the palace was alive in a way he had never experienced. Alira remained seated on her throne, her eyes watching his every move. Her expression was calm, but inside, curiosity grew. This human moved with care and confidence, and she had not expected that. Many humans she had encountered before were weak or reckless, but Ryan seemed different. As they walked, Ryan noticed small groups of palace workers repairing the damage from the pirate attack. Some guards had minor injuries, and he immediately offered to help. He lifted heavy beams and helped guide the injured to safety. The aliens around him whispered quietly to one another, surprised by the human skill and strength. One young alien worker paused and asked, "Why do you risk yourself for us?" Ryan smiled lightly. "Because it is the right thing to do," he replied. His words were simple, but they carried weight. The alien looked at him with respect and nodded before returning to work. When Ryan was brought before Alira again, he bowed deeply. "Your Majesty," he said, "I wish to help your people in any way I can." Alira regarded him silently for a moment. Her mind was careful and deliberate. This human had already shown courage, intelligence, and respect. She decided to observe him further before making any judgments. "Very well, human," she said finally. "You may assist, but you must follow our rules and show respect for our ways." Ryan nodded. "I will do my best." Over the next few hours, Ryan was introduced to the palace staff and the Queen's advisors. He listened carefully to their instructions and learned about the planet's history. The aliens had advanced technology, but they valued honor and wisdom above power. Ryan found himself fascinated by their culture. He realized that diplomacy and understanding were as important as strength. While helping the guards with patrol plans, Ryan noticed Alira watching him closely. Her expression had softened slightly. She admired his patience and willingness to help others. A part of her wondered if this human was truly the one who could bridge the gap between her people and humans. Suddenly, an alert sounded. A nearby ridge had signs of unusual movement. Alira turned to Ryan. "Would you accompany a small team to investigate?" she asked. Ryan agreed without hesitation. He grabbed a tactical device and followed a group of guards outside the palace. The landscape was strange and beautiful, with tall spires of rock and floating islands above them. The sky was a mix of blue and green hues, and the air carried a faint, pleasant scent. As they approached the ridge, they saw tracks leading into a dense forest. The guards hesitated, unsure if they should proceed. Ryan stepped forward. "Let me go first," he said. His tone was calm but confident. The aliens exchanged glances and nodded. Ryan moved carefully through the forest, using his training to spot dangers before they appeared. Soon, he found a small group of alien workers trapped in a collapsed tunnel. They had been exploring when part of the ground had given way. Without pause, Ryan helped lift the debris and guided the workers to safety. Alira, observing from a distance using her communication device, could not hide her surprise. She had never seen a human act with such courage and quick thinking. She felt a strange warmth inside, a sense of admiration she had not experienced in a long time. After the workers were safe, Ryan helped them back to the palace. The alien workers thanked him repeatedly, their voices filled with gratitude. Ryan smiled, feeling humble but proud. He had come to this world to explore, not to be praised, yet he could see that his actions made a difference. When he returned to Alira, she finally spoke. "You have done well, human. Your actions show bravery and respect for life." Ryan bowed. "Thank you, Your Majesty. I only want to help." Alira studied him carefully. Her mind was racing. She had seen humans before, but none had acted like this one. There was something familiar about him, a sense of recognition she could not explain. Deep inside, a memory stirred, long buried but vivid. She could not yet understand why, but she felt that this human was connected to her past in a way she could not ignore. Ryan noticed her gaze. "Is there something you wish to ask, Your Majesty?" he said politely. Alira shook her head slightly, hiding her emotions. "Not yet, human. You will remain under observation. Your deeds will decide your place here." Ryan accepted her words. He knew he had a long journey ahead on this planet, learning its ways and earning trust. He also sensed that something important was about to happen, something that could change not only his life but the future of both humans and aliens. As the sun set, casting long shadows over the palace, Ryan stood on a balcony overlooking the landscape. He felt a strange connection to this world and its ruler. He did not know it yet, but the alien queen had already begun to recognize him in a way that would change everything in the days to come. Ryan had settled into the palace routines, assisting the guards and learning about the alien culture. Each day brought new challenges, but he faced them with calm and confidence. The aliens began to notice his skill and courage. Even the palace staff, who had been wary at first, now spoke of him with quiet respect. Alira watched him closely. She remained composed in public, but privately, a strange feeling grew inside her. There was something familiar about this human, a memory that tugged at the edges of her mind. She could not place it, yet it felt deeply important. Whenever Ryan acted with kindness or courage, that feeling grew stronger. One morning, Alira called Ryan to her private chamber. "Human," she said, "I wish to speak with you alone." Ryan bowed. "Yes, Your Majesty." Inside the chamber, the walls were lined with intricate patterns and softly glowing crystals. A gentle hum filled the room, giving it a calm, peaceful feeling. Alira motioned for him to stand. "You have proven yourself capable," she said. "Your actions show respect and bravery. But I wonder about your presence here. There is something about you I cannot ignore." Ryan tilted his head slightly, sensing the weight of her words. "I am only here to help, Your Majesty," he said. "If my presence raises questions, I will do whatever is necessary to earn your trust." Alira studied him. The memory surfaced suddenly, sharp and clear. Years ago, she had been trapped on a distant planet, facing certain death. She had been saved by a human who had appeared without warning, fought her enemies with courage, and ensured her safety. She had never forgotten that human, though she did not know his name. Her eyes widened slightly as realization struck. Could this human before her be the same one who had saved her life? She did not speak yet, afraid to reveal her thoughts. Instead, she observed him carefully, noting the same calm demeanor, the same confident presence, and the same sense of honor that had saved her so long ago. Ryan noticed her gaze. "Is something troubling you, Your Majesty?" he asked politely. Alira shook her head, regaining her composure. "No, human," she replied. "You carry yourself well. Your courage is admirable. I am curious about your knowledge and skills. Tell me, how do you handle situations so calmly when others might panic?" Ryan smiled slightly. "I focus on what I can do, and I do it carefully. Panicking does not help anyone. I learned this from experience. Alira nodded slowly. His answer reminded her of the human who had saved her life. She could almost see him in her memory, moving with precision and calmness in a dangerous moment. A warmth spread in her chest, a sense of gratitude she could not fully explain. She decided to test him further. There are areas of the palace that have been damaged, she said. I would like you to help repair them and ensure the safety of our staff. It will require careful planning and attention to detail. Ryan agreed immediately. I will begin at once, he said. He worked alongside the alien engineers, offering suggestions and using human tools adapted for alien technology. His guidance was precise and effective, earning praise from everyone around him. Alira watched from above, feeling a mix of admiration and a strange, unplaceable connection. Every action he took reminded her of the human from her past, the one who had risked everything to save her. She could not yet speak his name or reveal her thoughts, but she felt certain that fate had brought him back into her life. Later, Ryan returned to Alira's chamber to report on the repairs. Everything is secure, he said. The staff are safe, and the palace is ready for normal activity again. Alira studied him quietly. She had seen many humans before, but none had left such a mark on her mind. You have done well, human, she said. Your presence here is more valuable than you may realize. Ryan bowed politely. Thank you, Your Majesty. I am only doing what is right. For a long moment, Alira remained silent. The memory of her past rescue lingered in her mind. The courage, the skill, and the calm demeanor were unmistakable. Could this human truly be the same one? She did not know how to ask, and yet she felt the need to understand. Finally, she spoke, her voice steady but thoughtful. Human, there are events from my past that may be connected to you. I cannot yet be certain, but I feel there is more to your arrival than coincidence. Ryan met her gaze. I am honored to serve and assist, Your Majesty, he said. If there is a connection, I will do my best to understand it. Alira nodded. The connection between them was unspoken but growing stronger. She could not yet reveal her memory, but she knew that Ryan's presence would change her life. Something important was beginning, something that would affect both humans and aliens in ways neither could yet imagine. As the twin suns of the alien planet began to set, casting long shadows over the palace, Alira felt a quiet certainty. The human before her was no ordinary visitor. He was someone extraordinary, someone whose past had saved her life, and whose present would shape the future. Alira sat on her throne, observing Ryan as he completed his daily tasks. His careful attention to detail and calm confidence impressed her more each day. She had seen his courage during the rescue of the palace workers, and she could not deny that he had earned the respect of her people. Yet she still needed to know if he could handle greater responsibility. You have proven yourself capable, Alira said, calling Ryan to her private chamber. Now I must see how you act when faced with a more difficult challenge. Ryan bowed respectfully. I will do my best, Your Majesty. Alira explained that a nearby sector of the planet contained an ancient energy source. It was a rare crystal that held great power, but it was dangerous if misused. She wanted Ryan to lead a small team to secure it and ensure it would not fall into the wrong hands. Ryan listened carefully. I understand. I will handle this mission with care, he said. The next morning, Ryan gathered a group of trusted alien guards. They traveled across rocky terrain and through dense forests. Strange sounds echoed around them as unknown creatures moved in the shadows. Ryan kept his team focused, instructing them to move quietly and carefully. His calm demeanor reassured the aliens, and they followed his lead without hesitation. After hours of traveling, they reached a deep canyon where the energy crystals were located. The crystals glowed faintly, embedded in the rock walls. Their power was evident, and Ryan could feel the energy pulse through the air. He instructed the team to take samples carefully, using alien tools to avoid damaging the crystals. Suddenly, a tremor shook the ground. Rocks began to fall from above. Ryan acted quickly, signaling the team to move to safer positions. He used his experience to guide them through the unstable canyon, avoiding hazards and ensuring no one was hurt. The alien guards looked at him with admiration, amazed at his skill and quick thinking. Once the crystals were secured, Ryan studied the energy patterns. He realized that if the wrong person gained control of these crystals, they could cause great harm to the planet. Carefully, he worked with the alien engineers to stabilize the energy, ensuring it could be safely transported. Alira observed his progress through a communication device. She felt a mixture of relief and admiration. Not only was Ryan skilled, but he also showed respect for the life and safety of everyone involved. She had seen many capable leaders, but few possessed such humility combined with courage. During the mission, Ryan noticed signs of a rival alien faction approaching. He quickly devised a plan to hide the crystals and protect his team. Using clever tactics and coordination, he managed to divert the rival forces without engaging in direct conflict. His strategy was effective, and the team returned safely to the palace with the crystals intact. When they arrived, Alira met them at the gates. She looked at Ryan with a new sense of respect. "You have done well, human," she said. "Not only have you protected our people, but you have also preserved something precious for our planet." Ryan bowed. "I only did what was right, Your Majesty. It was my duty to protect your people and your world." Alira studied him silently for a moment. She could see the truth in his words. His courage was not for recognition or reward, it came from a deep sense of honor. She realized that humans, though different from her people, could be trusted allies when guided by respect and intelligence. That evening, Alira invited Ryan to walk with her along the palace terraces. The twin suns of the planet were setting, casting long shadows and painting the sky in warm colors. "You have shown great skill and wisdom," Alira said. "It is rare to see such balance in a human. Most would act recklessly, but you are different." Ryan looked at her. "I have learned from my experiences, Your Majesty. Courage and care must go together. One without the other can lead to disaster." Alira nodded. Her thoughts returned to the memory of the human who had once saved her life. Could this be the same person? She still did not know, but the feeling of recognition grew stronger with each passing moment. His actions reminded her of bravery and integrity that she had long remembered. As they continued walking, Alira spoke more freely. "Your presence here may be more important than you realize. The future of our people, and perhaps the relationship between humans and aliens, may depend on your choices." Ryan listened carefully. "I will continue to serve with honor, Your Majesty. I hope to prove worthy of your trust." Alira smiled slightly, a rare and subtle gesture. "You are already proving it, human. But there is still much to learn and many challenges ahead. We will see how far your loyalty and skill can go." As the suns disappeared below the horizon, Ryan felt a sense of purpose and belonging. He had come to this alien world seeking exploration, but he had found much more. He had earned trust, faced danger, and begun to form a connection with the Queen herself. Inside the palace, Alira watched him from her chamber. Her thoughts were filled with curiosity, admiration, and the quiet stirrings of memory. This human was no ordinary visitor. He was someone extraordinary, someone whose presence could change the course of their world. And so, with the mission completed and trust growing between them, Ryan's journey on this alien planet continued. The next challenges would test his courage and loyalty even further, but he was ready to face them. The palace was calm at dawn, but the peace did not last long. Scouts reported unusual movement at the borders of the territory. A rival alien faction, known for their aggression and cunning, was approaching. Their ships glinted in the morning sky, and ground forces were advancing through the valleys. Alira immediately summoned Ryan to her strategy room. "Human," she said, "we face a serious threat. Your skills and ideas will be vital in defending our people." Ryan nodded. I will do everything I can, Your Majesty, he replied. The two of them studied the maps and satellite data. The enemy had numbers and speed on their side, but their tactics were predictable. Ryan suggested combining human strategy with alien technology. Alyra listened carefully. She respected his intelligence and creativity. As the enemy forces drew closer, Ryan coordinated with the palace guards. He instructed them to set traps in the canyon paths and to use the natural terrain for defense. The alien soldiers followed his guidance with surprising efficiency. Ryan's calm and decisive leadership inspired confidence. When the first wave of enemy scouts appeared, Ryan led a small strike team to intercept them. His tactics were precise. Using the terrain to their advantage, they surprised the enemy and forced them to retreat. Alyra observed the battle from her command balcony, impressed by Ryan's bravery and skill. The next attack was larger. Enemy ships hovered over the palace, sending troops to the ground. Ryan worked alongside the alien guards, leading the defense. He gave clear instructions, coordinating human and alien efforts seamlessly. Every move was calculated, every decision quick and effective. During the fight, an alien guard was cornered by a group of enemy soldiers. Ryan rushed forward, defending the guard and driving the attackers back. His courage and speed saved lives. The alien soldiers began to see humans in a new light, recognizing their potential as allies rather than outsiders. Alyra's heart raced as she watched the battle. The human before her was extraordinary. His actions reminded her of the one who had saved her life years ago. She could not speak of it yet, but a sense of recognition grew stronger with every moment. As the enemy pressed on, Ryan noticed their leader approaching in a heavily armored vehicle. He quickly devised a plan. Using a combination of human tactics and alien technology, he set up a defensive formation that forced the enemy leader to retreat. The strategy worked flawlessly, and the palace remained safe. After the battle, Alyra descended to meet Ryan. She could see the fatigue on his face, but also the determination. "You have done more than I could have expected, human," she said. "Your courage and skill have saved many lives today." Ryan bowed. "I am honored to serve, Your Majesty. The safety of your people is my priority." The alien soldiers who had fought alongside him gathered and offered their respect. "Human Ryan," one said, "you are a hero to our people. We will follow you into any battle." Alyra watched, feeling a mixture of pride and something deeper she could not yet name. The memory of the human who had once saved her life returned clearly in her mind. Could this be the same person? She remained composed, but the connection was undeniable. Later that evening, Alyra invited Ryan to walk along the palace terraces. The stars shone brightly above, and the twin moons reflected on distant lakes. "Today proved something important," she said. "Humans are not just visitors. They can be allies, and some, like you, can inspire trust and courage." Ryan looked at her. "I have learned that courage and respect are more important than strength alone. Working together makes us stronger." Alyra nodded slowly. Her thoughts returned to the distant memory of the human who had once saved her life. She could feel a quiet certainty growing inside her. This human was extraordinary, not just for his skill, but for his honor, bravery, and heart. "We will rebuild and strengthen our defenses," Alyra said. "But I must admit, your presence makes me feel that we are ready for whatever comes next." Ryan smiled faintly. "I will continue to do my best, Your Majesty." As they walked, Alyra realized that trust had been built between them. It was a bond formed not only through respect and bravery but also through shared purpose. She still did not reveal her full memory, but she understood that the human before her was someone extraordinary, someone who had already saved her life once, and whose actions today had proven he could protect her world. The night was quiet, but the sense of vigilance remained. Both Ryan and Alyra knew that challenges would come again. Yet, for the first time, they felt hope. Humans and aliens could work together, and perhaps even change the future of the galaxy. Inside the palace, Alira watched over her people and the human who had become their ally. The battle was won, but the story was far from over. A deeper connection between them was forming, one that would soon reveal its true importance to both their lives and the future of their worlds. The palace was quiet in the early morning, but Alira's mind was not at rest. The events of the past days had revealed much about Ryan, the human who had arrived on her planet. His courage, intelligence, and calm leadership had saved her people from a serious threat. Yet there was something familiar in his presence that she could not ignore. She summoned Ryan to her private chamber. When he entered, he bowed politely. "Your Majesty," he said, "you called for me." Alira studied him closely. The feeling inside her had grown stronger since the battle. She could no longer deny it. This human, before her eyes, was the same one who had saved her life years ago on a distant world. Her heart raced with a mixture of surprise, gratitude, and curiosity. "Ryan," she began carefully, "there is something I must tell you. Many years ago, I faced a situation that could have ended my life. I was saved by a human. Your actions and demeanor remind me of that person." Ryan tilted his head, his curiosity visible. "I am honored, Your Majesty. I do not remember such an event, but if I helped you, I am glad I could." Alira's eyes softened. "It is true," she said. "At that time, I did not know your name or who you were. I only knew that a human appeared and risked everything to save me. I have never forgotten that act of bravery. And now, seeing you here, I realize that you are the same human." Ryan blinked in surprise. His mind raced as he tried to recall the distant memory of a mission where he had saved an alien leader from danger. The details came back slowly. He remembered fighting to protect someone of great importance and guiding her to safety. "I did not know that it was you," he said softly. "It was a long time ago, but I remember the mission. I am humbled that I could save your life." Alira stepped closer, her expression filled with gratitude. "You risked yourself for me, and yet you do not seek recognition. That is what makes your presence here so remarkable." Ryan bowed his head humbly. "I only acted as any responsible person would. I could not stand by while someone's life was in danger. That is all I know." Alira smiled faintly. The formal barrier between them softened in that moment. She realized that Ryan's honor and bravery were not temporary traits, they were part of his character. He acted rightly, not for reward, but because it was the correct thing to do. "You have proven that once again," Alira said. "In the past, you saved my life. Recently, you have saved my people and my planet. Your courage is not limited to one act. It is a constant." Ryan met her gaze. "I will always do what I can, Your Majesty. If my actions help others, then I have done my duty." Alira's thoughts returned to the recent battle. She had watched him lead the defense of her palace, his human tactics combining with alien strategies. The enemy had been strong, yet he had guided her people to safety without losing a single life. His wisdom and skill had earned him the admiration of all who witnessed it. "Ryan," Alira said gently, "your presence here is more than fortunate. It feels as if destiny has brought you back into my life. I am grateful not only for your courage but for the person you are." Ryan felt a sense of warmth and respect. He had come to this world seeking exploration and understanding, but he had found something far greater. The Queen herself recognized his worth, not as an outsider, but as someone whose actions and character mattered deeply. "You have my deepest gratitude, Ryan," Alira continued. "I have seen few humans, but none have shown such honor. I trust you completely, and I hope you will continue to guide and protect my people as you have already done." Ryan bowed again, his voice steady. "I will do everything in my power, Your Majesty. Your trust means a great deal to me, and I will honor it always." Alira nodded. There was a quiet pride in her eyes, mixed with the memory of a life saved long ago. The human before her had changed her world once, and now he had become a vital part of its present and future. She realized that humans were not only capable but extraordinary allies when guided by courage, honor, and empathy. For the first time, Alyra allowed herself to relax in Ryan's presence. The walls of royalty and caution fell away just enough for gratitude and trust to shine through. She understood that their connection, forged through bravery and selflessness, was unbreakable. As the twin suns rose higher in the sky, casting light over the palace and the surrounding lands, Alyra felt a renewed sense of hope. With Ryan by her side, the challenges of the future seemed less daunting. The bond between humans and her people had grown stronger, and she knew that their combined efforts could bring lasting peace and prosperity. Ryan, standing beside her, felt a quiet satisfaction. He had never sought recognition, yet the trust and gratitude of the alien queen filled him with purpose. Together, they looked toward the horizon, ready to face the unknown challenges of the galaxy, confident that courage, honor, and friendship would guide them forward. The palace was alive with activity. Word of Ryan's courage and skill had spread quickly among Alyra's people. Soldiers, engineers, and citizens alike spoke of the human who had saved their queen and defended the planet with intelligence and bravery. Alyra watched with quiet satisfaction, proud of the trust and admiration Ryan had earned. Ryan moved through the palace corridors, helping coordinate new security measures and discussing plans for exploration with the alien engineers. Every action he took was careful and thoughtful. He respected the alien culture and traditions, and in return, the aliens respected him. It was a relationship built on trust, honor, and shared purpose. Alyra called him to the throne room. Her voice was calm, yet full of authority. Ryan, the time has come to consider a new path for our people and yours. The bond between humans and my species has proven strong and reliable. We should make it official. Ryan bowed. Your Majesty, I am honored. I hope we can build a lasting friendship between our worlds. Alyra nodded. Not only friendship, human. I wish to establish a long-term alliance. Together, we can explore new worlds, share knowledge, and protect one another from threats. Ryan smiled. That is a future worth working toward, Your Majesty. They began discussing plans for cooperation. Human technology combined with alien knowledge could create new ships, better defenses, and more efficient ways to explore distant planets. Ryan offered insights from human engineering, while Alyra shared her people's advanced energy systems and strategies. The exchange of ideas energized both of them, and their respect for each other grew even stronger. Later, Alyra led Ryan to the palace balcony overlooking the alien city. Twin suns were setting, casting golden and green hues across the landscape. The city shimmered with life, its towers and spires glowing softly as citizens prepared for the evening. Alyra spoke quietly, almost to herself. You have changed more than the palace defenses, Ryan. You have changed the hearts of my people. Ryan turned to her. I did not seek to change anyone, Your Majesty. I only tried to help. Alyra smiled faintly. Help, yes, but your actions have shown them what courage, honor, and respect can achieve. You have reminded my people that strength is not only in weapons or numbers, but in the choices we make. Ryan felt a quiet pride. He had not come to this planet to be a hero. He had come to explore and learn. Yet, through courage, integrity, and simple human determination, he had become a symbol of hope and unity. As the evening progressed, Alyra and Ryan addressed her people together. She spoke of trust, cooperation, and the bravery of humans. She praised Ryan not just as a visitor, but as a partner and protector. The crowd listened in awe, inspired by the bond between their queen and the human who had once saved her life. Ryan stepped forward, his voice steady and clear. I come from a world far away, but I share the same values as you. Courage, honor, and care for others are what make us strong. Together, humans and your people can face any challenge. The citizens cheered, their respect and trust in Ryan evident. Alyra stood beside him, her eyes reflecting pride and relief. She had seen humans as strangers once, but now she saw them as allies, and some, like Ryan, as extraordinary friends. That night, Alyra and Ryan walked through the palace gardens. The air was cool, and the flowers glowed faintly under the twin moons. Alyra spoke softly. "You have been more than a visitor, Ryan. You have been a savior and a guide. I am grateful not only for your courage, but for the person you are." Ryan smiled. "I am honored, Your Majesty. I only did what any person would do in your place. But I am glad to help your people and learn from them as well." Alyra nodded. The memory of the human who had saved her life years ago returned fully in her mind. Now she understood the connection. Fate had brought him back, not only to protect her, but to unite their worlds and inspire hope. In the following days, the alliance was formalized. Ryan was invited to stay as a trusted advisor, and plans were made for joint exploration missions. Humans and Alyra's people would share knowledge, protect one another, and explore new frontiers together. The palace became a hub of cooperation, a symbol of what could be achieved when courage, honor, and respect guided actions. Ryan stood on the balcony once more, looking at the stars above. The galaxy was vast and full of mysteries, but he no longer felt alone. Alyra and her people had welcomed him not just as a visitor, but as a trusted ally and friend. Together, they would face whatever challenges came next. Alyra approached him quietly. "The future is bright, Ryan. Thanks to you, we can face it with hope." Ryan nodded, feeling a sense of purpose he had never known before. "We will do it together, Your Majesty. Humans and your people, side by side." As the twin moons rose higher in the sky, the palace and city below glowed softly. It was a new beginning, one shaped by courage, honor, and friendship. Ryan and Alyra stood together, ready to explore, protect, and unite their worlds. The galaxy was vast, but with allies, wisdom, and courage, no challenge was too great. And so, a human who had once saved a life became a bridge between worlds, inspiring hope, respect, and a future filled with promise.